What's going on, guys? And in this video I'm gonna show you how to create a nice orbiting animation using only CSS. So on our HTML file I have all the basic stuffs, and let me just change the title here to something like solar system. No, orbiting. Alright, so besides the title, I have everything set up already. So I have the link to my CSS file here, right here, and my main div here is called the sun, and these two planets rotate around it. So I am just gonna use two planets in this video, but it's gonna look good. And by the way, I was inspired to do this by the game Astroneer and its loading screen. So it's kind of like this. It's just an orbiting planets as a loading screen. So anyway, let's move on to our CSS file, and I have this body, and then under that I have margin 0. That's because if I don't have this, when I put the height to 100 VH and then just save it, I will have the scroll wheel, because there are predefined margins that you don't know of in the default website. So just normalizing it will help in taking the full 100 viewport of this. And I have the color, background color here, that is just this orange, and then I have used display flex center, justify content center, and align item center, so that everything in our div stays centered. So let's start off with our sun, and I will give it a height of 100 pixels, width of 100 pixels, and then a border radius of 50%. So that's the maximum amount of border radius that you can do. By the way, I need to add a color to this, so I have these three colors already in code. So it's not read by this CSS, but we can this is just here for us programmers to see. So just copy it and cut it and paste it. It should be working. Oh, damn it, this is not the color that I want. Okay, let me just cut it and paste this one. This is also not what I want, so yeah, this color. Cut it and paste it. Oh my god, this is messed up. Okay, there we go. So if I save it, I have something like a sun. So it looks good, I guess. And now on to our next planet. It's our first planet, Mercury. So I don't know any colors, the real life color or the size of the planets. I'm just gonna do it as a fantasy. So don't think that the colors and size I use are exactly the same. It is not same. So it's just an imaginary colors. So let me just copy the space code and copy it, paste it, and the only thing I want to change here is the height and the width. Save it, and okay, now I'm gonna use this color, just cut it and paste it here. There we go. So it's a purple color, and you can see it's inside of the sun. So for displacing that from there, I am gonna use margin. So this is not the ideal way of doing it, but in this case it just works. So I'm gonna use negative 20 pixels. Sorry, maybe I need something like 80 pixels so it's displaced. But if I don't use the negative, it will also come here. So both ways it works, but if we have negative, it goes a little bit further. You can basically use anything, but if we margin, well, I'm just gonna use the negative. I know I just discovered this first time and I need to do some research on it, but yeah, I guess we will roll with it. And next up is our Venus planet. Venus. And then I will just paste the same coordinate. Just copy it and paste it. Okay, now I am gonna use a different color here, the last one. Just cut it and paste it. Alright, so now I need to change the margin a little more, or I need to increase the margin. Okay, maybe 120. Okay, so I need to give it a position of absolute. No, I need to give it a position relative. Just here, and then position absolute. The same goes for here. Alright, so now it should be working. Alright, so the reason it wasn't working before is I actually don't need this relative here. So I need each one of these planets to be independent. So just before here there was a problem, and that was because I didn't use position absolute, which helps the circles the freedom to move, so it will be independent. But before, when I used the margin, it was relative to our Mercury planet, so it was moving along with that. So don't forget to use this position absolute. So now it's time to do the fun stuff, which is the animation. So I'm just gonna use at keyframes and then give it a name, orbit, and at 0% I need it to rotate 0 degrees, so basically the same position where it is now. So for that I'm gonna use transform rotate 0 degree, and then at 100% it's gonna do a full rotation, that is 360 degrees. So 360 degrees. So at 0% it will be on 0 degree, which is the static position, and at 100% when it completes the animation it will be on 360 degrees. So, and now we need to be careful, so we don't need to use this animation on Venus or Mercury, because if you use it on them, it will just rotate on this axis, so it won't move around the sun, so it will just be like a tire or a wheel on a car. So for this one to revolve around the sun, we need to use it on sun, because as you know, we have used the sun as the main div, and inside that there comes the two planets Venus and Mercury. So we need to apply this animation on the sun. So animation name, that is orbit, and its duration 5 seconds, and infinite. So I need it to go forever. Now we can say at the last moment it will just slow down and then it starts again. So this is unnatural, it doesn't happen like that. So we need to specify one more thing, that is linear. So by specifying linear, the animation will be constant throughout, or the speed will be constant, it won't break in between. So it's there, you can see it's smooth. And I'm just gonna make the height and width of the Mercury 60, so just decrease it a bit, maybe 70, because the same size doesn't look that good. Alright, now it's looking good, a bit nicer now, and this is basically my orbiting loader, if you want to call it that, and I like it. It's colorful and it showcases anything, and I might modify this code a bit and make it a little more beautiful, and I will put the link down in the description to my CodePen, so you can go check it out, and it will be much nicer than this one. So this is just a baseline, so I'm gonna work on top of this and improve this, and I will post it on my CodePen, and I will put the link in the description below. So that's it for this video, and I hope you guys learned something new on the way, and until the next video, goodbye.